Okay, my name is Sam Morset. I'm from Canada, from Manitoba. I started playing StarCraft a few years ago. I started off as Protoss, but I switched once I found out how Imp Zerg was. So I stuck with that, and StarCraft is my first RTS. I go by the name of KANE, and that's pretty much it, I think. I kind of like the ring of the name. It might be from Citizen Kane, even though I've never seen that movie. I just really like the sound of it. No, actually, StarCraft 2 was my first RTS ever. I'd never even heard of Brood War until my friend told me about it. I'd say so. I played quite a few MMO RPGs, but other than that, I was always pretty school-centric, so I never had a lot of time for gaming. To be honest, like I haven't had a lot of exposure when it comes to LANs or tournaments or anything like that, just because the timing of it and the funding never really worked out with being a full-time student and everything. But like I've always had really solid ladder rankings, and I know that doesn't mean too much to a lot of people, but it is kind of indicative that hopefully I'll be able to put out the same results in a tournament, you know? So I joined Pulse Gaming after I left Legion. I was really happy because a lot of my friends were joining the team, like Desro and J Echo and Everrise and some other people. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them pretty soon after, but my time on Pulse, I grew a lot as a player just because the managers gave me a lot of support, and they really helped me with. They tried their best with exposure and everything, which didn't do the best, but they did really help me as a player. Just give me support wherever I needed it, and helped out when I wanted to go to a tournament or anything like that. So I really like the team, and if it wasn't for Root, I probably would have stayed on Pulse and renewed my contract. So I was sad to go, but I decided that I needed to move on as a player, and I'm really grateful for everything that Pulse and the management team has done for me, as well as my teammates, who helped me practice whenever I needed it, and they were just really nice as a team. I was sad to go. Funnily enough, I'd played Cats a few times on ladder, and we didn't have really the best start to a relationship. I was pretty BM back in the day. I've been trying to rectify that recently, but as I said, I was really BM, and just a couple months back, actually, we'd kind of mended the relationship probably about a year ago or something, but just a couple months back, we started talking again, and we've gotten to be pretty good friends. I hope that goes for him as well as me, but yeah, we've gotten to be pretty good friends, and he just watched me grow as a player, and more importantly, I think, as a person. And I've really been trying to become less BM and just really get a good image out there for myself and my new team, I guess you could say. I think Root has a really strong image in the community. A lot of the players are frequent streamers, and they all have really attractive personalities and are really nice people in general. So I think because of that, Root has a really good image in the community. I've never heard truly bad things about it. Definitely, yeah. Like I have a few friends on Root, and through StarCraft, I've really met some nice people, and a lot of those people happen to be on Root. So I'm glad that I can be a part of the team, and hopefully they can see me the same way that I see them. Okay, so that's a good question, because right now, like I have a really strong ladder ranking, but I really hope that I can show that in tournaments. So I hope to be able to go to more tournaments, which is the first big step. And just I also want to start building up a fan base as much as I can, because in all honesty, I plan to take a year or two off of school after my undergraduate degree. And in order to do that, I need to start building a fan base, and I need to start uh, getting myself out there and just showing that I can compete with the best, you know? I plan to start streaming a lot more, and I also plan to start coaching, and yeah, pretty much those two things will be my primary source of gaining fans. And just if I do go to tournaments, hopefully I can have some strong results, and people will be more inclined to watch me or get coaching or what have you. I like it a lot more than Wings of Liberty. I know that view is shared by a lot of people, but part of the reason I like it is because my playstyles in each of the matchups really transferred really super well to Heart of the Swarm. Like, for example, in ZVZ, I was always a Muta player, and now that's pretty much what everybody has to do if they want to win. And also in ZVT, Ultras are really good now, and I've always been a huge fan of those, as well as Mutas and ZVP. So, as a game, I think it's a lot more entertaining to watch. There's a lot more micro-intensive stuff and a lot more small battles going on around the maps. And also the playstyle is a lot faster. Like, in Wings, you could just sit back with Infestors, but Mutas are primarily dominant in Heart of the Swarm now, so it's just a lot faster of a game, I find. And because of that, I think it's a lot more entertaining. And there's also a higher skill gap because there's a lot more room for mistakes when you play a faster game like that. So it's really fun to play, and more importantly, I think it's fun to watch. So I really enjoy the game so far. For playstyle, I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! As a player. I've watched him for a while now in GSL, and I've always found that his style kind of is close to mine, so I can learn from his play. In terms of personality, I really like Pyam, aka TT1. He's a super nice guy and really fun to talk to, and really just a pretty outgoing person and great sense of humor. I would say there's not. I mean, Life is a pretty standard answer for a lot of Zergs. His playstyle is very strong and just really solid, as everybody knows, but that's kind of jumping the bandwagon. I mean, back in the day, I really idolized Stefano. He was by far my favorite player, and he helped me grow a lot as a player, and I really appreciate that. So I guess you could say that I idolize Stefano, although it's in much less of a way now than it was. Well, I mean, realistically, I think that I could do pretty well. I'm not saying that I could win, but I could do fairly strongly at an MLG. I think. I don't want to sound too cocky or anything, because that's quite a jump from where I am now, and I'd have to put a lot of practice in. But I mean, everybody wants to win a GSL or whatever, but realistically, I think I should set my goals something smaller, like an MLG or even like a Home Story Cup or something like that. I think would be really fun and really great to win. So, firstly, I'd like to thank Pulse Esports for everything that they've done for me and being a great home for the past year or so. It's helped me grow a lot as a player, as I said, and I really do appreciate it. Secondly, I'd like to thank Cats for, I know this sounds pretty cliche, but believing in me, because I was BM as a player, and he kind of helped me grow out of that phase, I think, and which is really important for me as a player and as a person. So I appreciate that. I'd like to say thank you to Root Gaming in general, just for allowing me this opportunity, and I hope that I won't disappoint you guys. I'll try my best not to. As well as the players on Root, who are all really, like, the first impression that you get when you're in the Root Gaming chat is just really an outgoing team with a really good sense of humor, which is super important for me. So I'd like to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity as well, and I look forward to working with you guys